We're now starting to put strapping into the ProMaster, and strapping is wood structure that's attached to the metal frame of the van so that you can attach walls, cabinets, and ceilings to. And then I'm going to attach vertical pieces of plywood that'll run from the bottom and attach to the wood and attach to the metal. And then on that, I can attach my wall material. To hold this piece of strapping onto the metal structure of the van, I'm reusing some bolts that were used to attach the tie-down clamps that were in the ProMaster when purchased. And the size of that bolt fits a M6 Rivnut, and I'm using Rivnuts to attach into the metal structure so I can then bolt the plywood to the metal structure, and that should give a very solid connection. And here's an example of one of these tie-down rings attached to the ProMaster, and there are several of them all over, probably 10 or 12 of them that were in the van. So anyways, I've removed all of them except two here at the front that I might be using in the future, so I left them in for now. So I'm attaching the bolts into this piece of wood to attach it to the metal structure of the van. And the holes are existing in the metal structure. I need to locate where I'm going to be drilling through this. In order to identify where that location is, you get yourself some Play-Doh from the dollar store, and you look behind the board, find out where that hole is. You take the Play-Doh, then you insert it and attach it to the wood where that hole is, and then you push it to mark the location. Then you take the board off the structure of the van, and if you can see this, there's the Play-Doh and there's the indentation of the hole that's in the structure of the van. And now I just need to drill my hole out to attach the bolt. First, drill a pilot hole right in the middle of that Play-Doh marking. Then because the bolt has a bit of a collar on the bottom, flip it over, put my bit that's going to make a big enough hole for the collar, and I find the pilot hole and I drill it out. Then put my drill bit in, remove my little bit of Play-Doh, drill a hole out. Perfect. Here's the original hole in the rib member of the ProMaster, and I need to install a M6 Rivnut into that hole. So here's the Rivnut tool, and you simply thread the Rivnut. You simply thread the Rivnut on the end of the tool with the arms extended. You insert the Rivnut in the hole, and then you squeeze the arms together. That squashes the back of the Rivnut against the metal structure, and then you turn the Rivnut tool out of the Rivnut. And there you have a bolt installed into the metal of the van that fits my bolt. And now you basically attach the wood structure. When the hole in the metal structure of the van is too small to get the Rivnut in, you can expand that hole so the Rivnut will fit in with a stepping drill bit. And to catch the metal filings, we could lay down a cloth, a towel, that's going to catch any of the metal filings that drop to the floor. And we test fit. Test fit my Rivnut. Needs to be a bit bigger. Perfect fit. So here's the Rivnut tool. Take the Rivnut, you thread it on the bottom with the handles spread out, insert it in the hole, and squeeze the handles together. And then use the knob to remove the Rivnut tool out of the Rivnut. Test to make sure everything went in smooth. And there we have a bolt attached to the metal frame of the van. To mark that hole, we simply, for drilling, we simply reattach my board. Take my plasticine, spread it out on the back of the board, roughly where the hole is. There we go. Now it's aligned. Do a gentle press. I don't know if you can see it, but there is the indentation into the Play-Doh, exactly marking where I need to drill the hole.